Welcome to the full card predictions video for UFC 315 from Montreal, Canada. On this card we have two title fights. The first one between Belal Muhammed and Della Maddalena fighting for the welterweight title, and Valentina Shevchenko versus Fiorot fighting for the women's flyweight title. In this video we will go over all 12 fights on this card and see for each fight which fighters are picked the most by the YouTube prediction channels, the Tapology Community, and which fighter is the favorite or underdog in odds. And we start with the first fight on the early prelims between Katona and Bekzat Almakhan in the bantamweight division. Bekzat Almakhan is the favorite with minus 170 in average odds, and with plus 145 Katona the underdog. Although Almakhan is not such a big favorite in average odds, he is a big favorite in picks by the Tapology Community, and most are predicting he will win this fight via decision. He's also a pretty big favorite in picks by the YouTube prediction channels, with 58 out of 80 channels predicting he will win for 72.5%. The best predictors over the last 10 months also favor him to win with 7 out of 9. The best predictors on favorite fighters in odds pick him 5 out of 9. And the best underdog predictors pick the underdog Katona 3 out of 10. So, all the predictors, the Tapology Community and the odds makers have Bekzat Almakhan as the favorite. As a quick reminder, or for those new to the channel, the best predictor channels are highlighted in green. Dark green means they had a 7% or higher return on investment over the past 10 months, while light green means their ROI was below 7%. I also track the best predictors for favorites and underdogs separately. Best favorite predictors have the highest ROI based only on their picks for betting favorites, and best underdog predictors had the highest ROI based only on their picks for underdogs. For a full breakdown of the best predictors, check out the 10 months results video. The second fight of the early prelims is in the featherweight division between Santos and Yeong. And in average odds, this fight is really close. With minus 123, Yeong is the small favorite, and with plus 100, Santos the small underdog. Although he is a small underdog, he is the favorite in picks by the Tapology Community with 63%, and most are expecting he will win via decision. But the YouTube prediction channels disagree with the Tapology Community, and Lee is the favorite in picks with 47 out of 80 for 59%. And the best predictors over the last 10 months have it 50-50, and both fighters are picked 5 out of 10. Because this fight is so close in odds, we can kinda ignore the best favorite and underdog predictors, but for now they slightly lean towards Lee, with 5 out of 9 and 6 out of 11. So Lee is the small favorite everywhere, except in picks by the Tapology Community. The last fight on the early prelims is in the middleweight division between Marc-André Barriault and Bruno Silva. With minus 115 average odds, Marc-André Barriault is the favorite, and with plus 120, Bruno Silva the underdog. Barriault is also the favorite in picks by the Tapology Community with 69%, and most predict he will win via decision. We see the same results in picks by the YouTube prediction channels. 56 out of 79 channels pick Marc-André to win for 71%. And he's also the favorite in picks by the best predictors with 6 out of 9. The best predictors on favorite fighters in odds pick Marc-André the favorite 6 out of 8. The best underdog predictors pick Bruno Silva the underdog only 2 out of 10. So, not a lot of faith in this underdog. Opening the prelims, we have a fight in the light heavyweight division between Navajo Stirling and Erslan. Navajo Stirling is the big favorite with minus 305 in average odds, and with plus 240, the underdog. Stirling is a really big favorite in picks by the Tapology Community with 92%, and most predict he will win this fight via KO TKO or a decision. And the same result with picks by the YouTube prediction channels. 74 out of 79 channels pick Navajo Stirling to win for 94%. And all of the best predictors, the best favorite predictors and underdog predictors pick Navajo Stirling to win for 100%. So it looks to be a rough night for Erslan. If you enjoy the content and find it helpful or informative, then don't forget to like this video or subscribe. Thank you so much. And then we have another fight in the light heavyweight division between Modestas Bukauskas and Cutelaba. And as of now, this is the closest fight in average odds on this card. And it's basically a coin flip with minus 112 for Cutelaba and minus 106 for Modestas Bukauskas. And it's also pretty close in picks by the Tapology Community. Here, Bukauskas is the slight favorite with 57%. But no matter who they picked, most are expecting this fight will end in a KO TKO. and is also close in picks by the YouTube prediction channels. Modestas is the favorite with 47 out of 81 for 58%. But looking at the picks from the best predictors over the last 10 months, Modestas becomes a big favorite with 8 out of 10 for 80%. Because this fight is so close in odds and it's basically a coin flip, we can kind of ignore the best favorite and underdog predictors, but they heavily favor Modestas Bukauskas with 7 out of 9 and 9 out of 11. So, in conclusion, when we look at the odds makers, the Tapology community and the YouTube prediction channels overall, it's a pretty close fight. But when we look at the best predictors over the last 10 months, Modestas Bukauskas becomes the big favorite. The next fight on the prelims is in the women's flyweight division between Jéssica Andrade and Jasmine Jasudavicius. Jasmine is the big favorite with minus 315 average odds, and with plus 245, Jéssica the underdog. And Jasmine is also the big favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 82%, and most are expecting she will win via decision. But she's a much bigger favorite in picks by the YouTube prediction channels with 76 out of 80 for 95%. She's also the big favorite in picks by the best predictors and the best favorite predictors with 8 out of 9 and 7 out of 9. And do the best underdog predictors have faith in Jéssica Andrade the underdog? They have no faith in Jéssica, and she is picked 0 out of 10. So, looking at the odds and the picks, it looks to be a rough night for Jéssica Andrade. The future prelim fight is in the welterweight division between Mike Malott and Charles Redkay. And Mike Malott is the favorite with minus 185 and Charles Redkay the underdog with plus 150. And Mike is also the favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 69%. And most are predicting he will win via decision. And the 31% that pick Charles Redkay are expecting that if he wins, he will do it via KO TKO. So, Mike Malott is the favorite in odds and in picks by the Tapology community, but we see a different picture when we look at the picks by the YouTube prediction channels, and it's basically a coin flip. Mike Malott is picked by one channel more for 41 out of 81 and Charles Redkay 40 out of 81, making this the closest fight in picks by the YouTube prediction channels on this card. And it's again close in picks by the best predictors, and Mike Malott is the slight favorite with 5 out of 9. The favorite, Mike Malott, is picked by the best favorite predictors 5 out of 9, but the underdog, Charles Redkay, is also the favorite in picks by the best underdog predictors with 6 out of 10. So, who's right? The best underdog predictors or the best favorite predictors? In conclusion, Mike Malott is the favorite in odds and in picks by the Tapology community, but in picks by the YouTube prediction channels, it's very close. Opening up the main card, we have a fight in the lightweight division between Benoit Saint-Denis and Kyle Prepolek. And Saint-Denis is the biggest favorite on this card with minus 1115 in average odds, and Kyle Prepolek the underdog with plus 685. Saint-Denis is also the biggest favorite in picks by the Tapology community on this card with 96%, and most are predicting he will win this fight via KO TKO or a submission. He's also the biggest favorite in picks on this card by the YouTube prediction channels. And all 60 channels that made predictions on this fight picked him to win, which automatically means he's also picked 100% by the best predictors and the best favorite and underdog predictors. So, on this card, Saint-Denis is the biggest favorite in odds, in picks by the Tapology community and in picks by the YouTube prediction channels. So, it all seems clear, Saint-Denis will win this fight. The only question that remains is how. Up next, we go to the women's flyweight division for a fight between Alexa Grasso and Natalia Silva. And Natalia Silva is the favorite with minus 245 in average shots, and with plus 195 Alexa Grasso the underdog. Although Silva is a pretty big favorite in odds, she is a tiny favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 53%, making this the closest fight in picks by the Tapology community on this card. And they all agree, no matter who wins, that this fight will probably go to a decision. Is this fight as close in picks by the YouTube prediction channels? In picks by the YouTube prediction channels, Natalia Silva is the big favorite with 68 out of 83 for 82%. So they disagree with the Tapology community and agree with the odds makers. In picks by the best predictors, Natalia Silva is a slightly lesser favorite with 7 out of 10. And she's even a smaller favorite in picks by the best favorite predictors with 5 out of 9. And the best underdog predictors picked the underdog Alexa Grasso 4 out of 11. Want to stay ahead with the latest picks, odds and stats for all fights while supporting the channel? Consider becoming a Buy Me a Coffee member or a Patreon supporter. After this video, every Friday and Saturday I update the latest stats with newly added picks from all UFC prediction channels, the best predictors and the most profitable favorite and underdog predictors. Updated odds, track how the betting lines shift daily. Tapology stats, see if the MMA community's picks are changing. Support the channel and get exclusive daily updates. Links are in the description. I'd really appreciate it. The next fight is in the bantamweight division between Jose Aldo and Ayman Sahabi. With minus 205, Jose Aldo is the favorite and Ayman Sahabi the underdog with plus 165. Aldo is a big favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 84%. Most are expecting that he will win this fight via decision. He's also a pretty big favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels, and 66 channels out of 85 predict he will win for 77%. And he's also the favorite in picks by the best predictors and the best favorite predictors with 7 out of 10 and 7 out of 9. And the underdog Ayman Sahabi is only picked by the best underdog predictors 2 out of 11. So overall in this fight most are expecting Jose Aldo to win. For the co-main event of the evening, we have a title fight in the women's flyweight division between Valentina Shevchenko and the challenger Manon Fiorot. Manon Fiorot is the favorite with minus 140 in average odds and Valentina Shevchenko the underdog with plus 115. And what's interesting about these odds is that when we look back at the Tapology screenshot I took earlier this week, Valentina Shevchenko was still the favorite with minus 155. So during the week the odds have flipped and now Manon Fiorot is the favorite. 2/3 of the Tapology community pick Shevchenko to win for 67% and most are expecting this fight will end in a decision. Shevchenko is also the favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels with 53 out of 84 for 63%. She's also the favorite in picks by the best predictors with 6 out of 10. And because the odds have flipped during the week, it's kinda hard to say what the best favorite predictors and best underdog predictors have to say about this fight. But Shevchenko is the favorite with 6 out of 9 and 6 out of 11. So, in conclusion, Valentina Shevchenko is the favorite in picks everywhere. But for some reason, during the week, Manon Fiorot has become the favorite by the odds makers. Who do you think will walk away with the belt in this fight? Let us know in the comments. And then, for the main event of the evening, we have a title fight in the welterweight division between the reigning champion Belal Muhammed and the challenger Della Maddalena. In average odds, Belal Muhammed is the favorite with minus 180 and Della the underdog with plus 150. Belal Muhammed is the favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 64% and most of them are predicting he will win via decision. 36% have picked Maddalena to win and mostly via KO/TKO. In picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels, Belal Muhammed is a slightly bigger favorite with 60 out of 85 for almost 71%. In picks by the best predictors, Belal Muhammed is a big favorite and 9 out of 10 predict he will win this fight. 7 out of 9 of the best predictors on favorite fighters pick the favorite Belal Muhammed. And the underdog Della Maddalena is picked by the best underdog predictors only 2 out of 11. So in conclusion, Belal Muhammed is the favorite in average odds in picks by the Tapology community and YouTube Prediction Channels. But he is a big favorite in picks by the best predictors. What might be some of the best betting opportunities on this card? The first one is Navajo Stirling. He is a big favorite in average odds with minus 305, so you won't get a big payout, but he's also picked 100% by the best predictors and the best favorite predictors. The next one is Modestas Bukauskas. In odds, this fight is basically even, but Modestas is the big favorite in picks by the best predictors with 8 out of 10, the best favorite predictors with 7 out of 9, and the best underdog predictors with 9 out of 11. Another good potential betting opportunity might be Valentina Shevchenko, and this is mostly because the odds have flipped during the week and she's now the underdog with plus 115 in average odds. But she is the favorite in picks by the best predictors with 6 out of 10, the best favorite predictors 6 out of 9 and the best underdog predictors 6 out of 11. And the last best betting opportunity for this card is Belal Muhammed. He is the favorite in odds with minus 180, but he is a really big favorite in picks by the best predictors with 9 out of 10 and a decent favorite in picks by the best favorite predictors with 7 out of 9. Do you have any good bets or parlays for this weekend's fights? Let us know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this overview of all the fight picks. If you found it helpful, drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to support the channel while getting exclusive updates, consider becoming a Patreon supporter or a member on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much for watching, have an awesome weekend, enjoy the fights, and I will see you in the next video.